Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about how I store and care for my handbags. Now, this video is long overdue. This is, I think, my most requested video on this channel. A few of you guys have requested for this video, and so here it is. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my care and storage tips for you guys so that your leather bags will stay pristine for longer and so that you can use them for a longer period of time. But before anything else, if you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If these are the kinds of videos that you like watching, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to connect with me on my socials, it's at TrishDLF. Okay, so we're here in my usual background, except my camera is lifted a bit higher so you can see more of my shelves above. I also want to note that before we continue with this video, my angle is quite weird. It's like situated right in the center. It could be higher so that I could show just these two shelves up here, but my tripod can only reach a certain amount. So this is the highest that it can go, and so the angle is just like mid-body type. So I hope this angle is okay for you guys and that you can still see what I'm going to be showing you. Okay, so my bag storage is pretty simple, as you can see over here. They're all just in their dust bags out here on open shelves. So my storage isn't really very complicated, and I don't really have an actual closet for them. This isn't like a temperature controlled walk-in closet or anything like that. This is just my bedroom, and so they're just all out here. This is basically it for my designer bag. So all the bags are just in their dust bags out here on an open shelf. These bags don't go in their boxes, they're all just in their respective dust bags. So as you can see over here, this row is actually my background when I'm usually filming. So this would be my Speedy, my Gucci, and my 3 Chanels over here. And this is basically what it looks like on a daily basis. I only remove them from their dust bags when I'm either using them or when I'm filming. But for a majority of the time, they're all just situated in their dust bags because number one, putting them in their dust bags will help avoid the dust, obviously, and also because putting them in their dust bags will help avoid color fading. Exposure to the sun can cause your leather bags to fade into a lighter color, so it's best to keep them in their dust bags when storing, especially if you're in a room that's naturally ventilated. However, it's good to also remove them from their dust bags and air them out once in a while just to avoid possible molding or anything like that. But in my case, my room is a pretty well ventilated room. I have a lot of windows. It's not your closed type of walk-in closet, so I think that's why I don't really have any problems with molding. Even if I leave them in their dust bags for a long time, they're fine. I've actually never had any experience with molding of my bags. I only had one experience with that, and that's with my Chanel medallion because I keep it in a box. Since I don't really use that bag anymore, and it's quite a big bag, it's here in the bottom of my shelf. Since I don't use it anymore, I leave it in its dust bag in its box, and I just leave it down there. So that one, I caught that it almost got molds, like very, very tiny white spots. But since I check my bags once in a while, I was able to catch it before it got bigger, and I was just easily able to wipe it away. So that's the problem with putting your bags in a dark storage space, such as a box. So that's why I recommend not putting it in any boxes. So in my case, leaving the bags just out here in my room is fine. It does not get any molds. Very, very low maintenance. I don't use any humidifiers for this. I don't really clean my bags. Yeah, they're very low maintenance because they're just out here on my shelves. The problem that you will have is if your walk-in closet is in a more of enclosed space that no one really uses, so that air doesn't really get to circulate around it much. So my suggestion is, if your walk-in closet is that type of dark walk-in closet or in an enclosed space with no windows, no natural sunlight, no air coming through, then I suggest that you should definitely air out your bags. And by air out, I mean removing them from their dust bags and letting them just sit there for like a day. So I think like airing them out once a week is enough if you have the type of dark walk-in closet. But again, if you have a, if it's just an open room just like this one, it's really going to be fuss-free and very low maintenance. Also, I think that if you just have a few bags like me, I think I have like less than 15 designer handbags. I don't really think that you should be really worried about it if you constantly rotate your bags, because if you're constantly using all your bags, then molds will not really be a problem or anything like that because you're always using it. So I really encourage you to use your bags if you have them. Don't just hoard them, because the more bags you have, the more maintenance that you have to do on it. I mean, imagine having like 30 bags and then having to air them out like once a week because you want to maintain their condition. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of work. So that's the thing with having a lot of bags. Like, you really have to take extra care of them. While having a few will need less care because you're always using them. So you really won't have a problem with molds and what have you. Okay, next I want to talk about is the actual storage. So for example, I will bring out my Chanel. Okay, we'll go with the classic Chanel flap. I'm not sure if you can see it on cam, but when I wipe the bag, there's like dust that's like floating around because it's a dust bag, so dust will go on it. But that's the point of the dust bag, because imagine if you don't put your bags in their dust bags, the dust is going to go on like the crevices of your bag. Like for example, this Chanel flap, it has quilts, right? So if you don't cover it with a dust bag and you don't use it for a while, dust is going to settle on that and it's going to be harder to clean. That's why I always put it in the dust bag. And if you do this, not sure if you can see it on cam. Oh, it's dusty. Yeah, so that's the point of the dust bag, right? But anyways, for the actual storage, right? So this is the Chanel medium flap. So for Chanels, I just always lay them flat on the shelf. I lay them out properly with enough space, sufficient space for air. I never squish them. Some people, they have so many bags that they have to align the bags like this, and then like they just, you know, squish them all together. That's why some of the bags you'll see in the pre-loved market, like they have flaps that are like this structured and then like they're super squished because they don't have storage. They have so many bags that they just cramp up all their bags together and it just comes out really bad. So don't do that. Never ever squish your bags together when storing them. Make sure there's enough space between each. But again, if you start losing storage, of course, like you guys know, this is how we store it, right? Like that. But if you start getting more bags, you can actually do the side thing like this. So you can see, right? You can put one bag here and then you can do this. So there's more space. So you can just put them to the side, but make sure there's space in between all of them because, yeah, you don't want to squish everything together, right? Okay, and then next for the flap bags is that you always have to stuff them. So as you can see, for this one, I always have her stuffed with the wrapping paper or whatever paper that is. So this is just what I stuff her with. Any paper actually. I think this like crepe or wrapping paper. These are the ones that come when you actually buy your bag from the store. So my storage suggestion for that is just to leave it in there when you're storing it. So every time after you use your bag, just make sure that you return the paper back inside so that it's stuffed and it won't lose its shape. So as you can see, and I'm sure you've seen my handbag collection, and they all manage to stay in very good shape, and that's because I stuff them. So you can either stuff them with wrapping paper, newspaper, crepe paper, and I actually stuff one, my Speedy, with stuffed toys. So I'll show you guys that. Let me just return this one. So this is the Speedy, and this is just what the dust bag looks like. Again, there's going to be a lot of dust because I haven't used this in a while. Do you guys see the dust? I hope you don't because it's embarrassing. But yeah, so this is what the dust bag looks like. It's just a Louis Vuitton dust bag again. And for this one, I stuff her, sorry for the dust, I stuff this bag with stuffed toys because it's a bit big to be stuffed with just paper. It's going to take like a lot of paper. So I use stuffed toys for this. And you want to see more penguins? I love penguins. As you can see on my shelf up there. One penguin, two penguin. Okay, and then it's like I have clothes inside to stuff it more. But there's two penguins that stuff this bag. But you can also buy those bag stuffers. I think it's called Bag Puff. So there are a lot of brands that actually sell bag puffs, bag organizers, bag stuffers. They all more or less sell the same thing and the same like category of items for bags. So you guys can check that out. I'll put some links down below in the description box for like bag stuffers and bag puffs. So if you're looking for a specific shape of a bag, you can easily buy from there. These stores have like customized bag stuffers per bag that you have. So they have exact sizes for the Speedy, they have exact sizes for the Chanels and everything else. So you won't have a problem with that, and you won't have to go around looking for stuffed toys to stuff your bag with. However, we do have some exceptions with the bag stuffing. Of course, for softer bags or bags that are meant to look grungy or bags that are meant to just look very plush, you don't really need to stuff them anymore because that's the look. So an example that I have for that are these Balenciaga bags over here. So as you can see, what I do is I just stuff them. This was where it was earlier. It was over here, and it just laid flat there on my shelf. I just brought it out so I can show each of them to you guys. You can see this just how I stuff these two bags. They're on top of each other, it doesn't matter. Balenciaga is meant to look soft and rugged. The softer the better, so it's fine. You don't have to stuff these bags. So for example, I just have my Balenciaga first in the green color. This is actually a new pre-loved one that I got, which I really love. And this one's the first bag that I got with my own money. This is the City. So because they're so soft, it doesn't matter and it's not going to ruin the bag. So other bags that I would say don't really need stuffing are like the Givenchy Pandora. I had that before but I sold it already, so that one I didn't stuff either. So yeah, you can stuff it like this and it doesn't matter, it still looks like it's in great condition because that's the way that it was meant to look. So see, even if I just leave it like that, even if that's how I store it, it still looks fine, it still looks great. So basically with regard to stuffing your bags, my recommendation is if it's a structured bag or it's a big bag, definitely you have to stuff it. But if it's meant to have that grungy, slouchy look, then you don't have to. So some bags on the top of my head that are in now that I feel like don't really need stuffing are the Bottega Veneta Jody bags and basically all their hobo bags because yeah, it's meant to have that slouchy look. Okay, next we're gonna talk about why I have some bags that aren't in their dust bags, and that's because I regard them as contemporary. As you guys know, I've always separated my bags into two categories. So I have the luxury designer bags and then I have the contemporary bags. So I take extra care of my designer handbags because obviously they're expensive, they need the care. But for the contemporary ones, like I feel like you don't really have to exert much effort on them and they can withstand it, you know what I mean? So sometimes it's either they don't have a dust bag or I just don't want to put them in their dust bags. So I just decided that for the contemporary and non-designer bags, I'll just not put them in their dust bags at all, whether they have a dust bag or not. So for example, this Wandler bag has a dust bag, this Coach bag also has a dust bag, but for example, this Longchamp didn't come with a dust bag. So I didn't want just some of them not having their dust bag. So it's all or nothing. So I just decided nothing. So they'll all just stay out there. And because they're of different materials also, this Longchamp one, for example, is just a nylon bag. So it doesn't really need much care except for the leather parts. And for example, this Coach bag, this one is a jacquard fabric. So it's fabric, doesn't really need much care from the sun. It only has like some parts that are leather, so that's why I just decided I'll just leave them out and I will let them withstand the environment because yeah, I don't think they really need that much care because not all my contemporary bags are pure leather either way. So for the contemporary bags, I mentioned that I don't really give as much care for them versus my designer bags. So I have some over here, some of the contemporary bags are on this shelf, but some of them are also on another shelf on the other side of my room. It's also just out in the open, also not in their dust bags, they're just there as display pieces. My contemporary bags are also more of the quirkier design, so it's fine to act as display pieces. So that's why I also like not having them in their dust bags because they're nice to look at just as display, right? And then I also have some totes. So for example, I have the Longchamp Le Pliage tote. I have like 3 of those and they're just in my closet on the other side of my room. That one, it's right inside the closet, so it's a dark space and it's a moldy space. But because it's nylon, I'm confident to leave it in there and so far it hasn't gotten any molds. Okay, and finally, I want to talk about the care products for your handbags. And guys, my handbags are pretty low maintenance. I only have 2 products that I actually use on my handbags. The first one is this Kate Spade leather conditioner and the second is this Colonel Carbon Pro spray. So this one is a waterproofing or leather protecting spray. In the past, I've also used baby wipes. So I currently don't have baby wipes with me, but any brand of baby wipes will work as long as you make sure that it's alcohol free. So I just bought one off the drugstore. I used the baby wipes to remove like pen marks from a bag before and it worked. Although not the best, but it was able to remove majority of it. So I trust the baby wipes. So with regard to the baby wipes, you just need to make sure that it's alcohol free so that it won't do anything harmful to your bag. Other than that, you should be fine, and it's good to baby wipe your bag once in a while if your bags are high maintenance. And if you want to keep your bags in like super pristine condition, if you're like an OC person, then go ahead. Every time after you use your bag, baby wipe it and then put it in its storage. So I would recommend that for people who have a lot of white bags, either white, any light colored bag basically. I think that you should invest in baby wipes. Find a good quality baby wipe. Just Google what brand is the best for the bags, but any baby wipe for me personally is okay. But yeah, if you're the type of person who has a lot of light colored bags, you should definitely get yourself some baby wipes and clean your bag every single time, especially if it's white. I've heard a lot of people, like, they would actually really clean their white bags, like baby wipe it every after use, because it will accumulate, like the dust and the dirt will eventually accumulate on white bags, so I feel like it's necessary. But since for me, for example, my bag collection, they're all neutrals, they're all dark bags, so I don't really personally need to baby wipe my bags every so often. So I don't have the baby wipes anymore, but it helps, definitely helps. And if you also get a stain for light colored bags, the baby wipes definitely work. But right now, these are all I have. So aside from the baby wipes earlier, this one, Kate Spade leather conditioner. Actually, you can use any bag conditioner, but this was the, I think I got this for free. I'm not sure if I got this for free. Did I buy it? Yeah. I was trying to clean the bag once, and so I got this leather conditioner from Kate Spade. And as you can see, I have so little of it left already, and that's how much I've used this. I've used this for trying to remove pen marks, that incident from before, and then on the instances that I've purchased pre-loved bags and they came in like kind of dry, I would use this and it also works. I mean, the bags that I got were already in good condition either way, so it just like made it prettier at least, so it's also good for that. This one isn't really a necessity though for me. I don't think it's a necessity. I think that's only really helpful when you're like removing dirt, because when you use baby wipes, you have to make sure that you condition your bag right away, because the baby wipes can kind of affect the suppleness of the leather, so you always have to use leather conditioner every time after you use those. And for black bags, this can actually remove a lot of like tiny white dots. I don't know where those dots come from. Sometimes like if you go out, your bag suddenly has a white dot and it removes that. So leather conditioner. But Kate Spade also has a leather cleaner. So that one, I believe, basically removes the dust and the dirt that comes on your bag. So this, I think this is more of just really conditioning it, making the bag less dry, more supple, more revitalized. So this revives the life of your bag more. It revives the leather, while the leather cleaner obviously removes the dirt. I haven't tried the leather cleaner though, but I know like it's a fairly popular leather cleaner. So you can just buy both and then try them out for yourself. That's the Kate Spade leather conditioner. And then finally, we have the Colonel Carbon Pro, and this one I just bought recently for my Louis Vuitton Speedy Nano. So I have a video using the Colonel Carbon Pro to waterproof my bag and some of my SLGs. So I'll just link it up above. But if you're the type of person who loves her vachetta leather, I don't really have much Louis Vuitton bags, so I only started using this recently. But yeah, that's a must if you have vachetta leather, because it basically prevents all the water stains and color transfer basically. And again, for light colored bags, this is also a must if you are a collector of light colored bags, whites, beiges, pinks, light pinks. It is recommended that you use this spray first, because this also prevents color transfer. And I know based on research that this actually also works in like Chanel lambskin bags, especially the white light colored lambskin bags. It's really scary to bring out, right? It's a very expensive bag and it's lambskin and it's Chanel. So I've actually seen some people use this product on those expensive bags and they vouch for it that it works. So that's it. Those are my tips on how to store and care for your handbags. If you take anything from this, it's basically to just put your bags in their dust bags when storing them and make sure that they are in an upright position and never squeezing in with other bags. Never treat your bags like trash where you just like cram them all in. Never do that. Take care of them and they will last you a lifetime. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button down below to help the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to connect with me on my socials, it's at TrishDLF. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you could, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!